What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got something a little different today, and I kind of just want to really talk a bit about the game in general. One of the things I've been kind of interested about in this game, like I've loved it. I have absolutely loved it, and but I have some questions that always end up on a lot of my videos, and I kind of want to talk about that a bit, as well as just kind of trying something a little different. We're doing a Bard, Wizard, Enchanter. And give me a little more time to talk about. We're going to go through and we're going to kill everything in here. One of the things I see talked about a lot is Bards doing Denon's Desperate Dirge and being able to kind of destroy everything. So I'm doing a class that's kind of designed around that as the idea. Bard, Enchanter, Wizard. I've maxed my intelligence out based on the equipment I have, while still maintaining some of my AC. The biggest issue I see with this I'm going to have is the lack of healing. But we're going to work around that. I have a pet that's pretty much my one source of healing. I just crit for 5,200. So this is a powerful build. It really is. It very much is a powerful build. So I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to try to do what we can with it. I think the biggest thing is going to be utilizing regen, utilizing my pet healing, and just trying to kill everything as fast as we possibly can. Alright, so we got this room coming up. I want mana back before I open this gate. I want to talk about what my experience is in playing this and kind of where all the classes go. From what I've seen in a lot of conversations, it feels very melee heavy. Now, this is still beta. They are doing constant updates to it, and I really feel like pet classes have come a long way. But if you expect to do like raid bosses and stand behind a pet, I don't think the pets are there yet. They just, if you're doing melee, they're not going to hold aggro off of you, and as soon as you do enough damage to really be able to kill a raid mob, you're going to peel off of it anyway, and you're going to be face tanking it. I think for the most part, I'm kind of skewed because it's hard for me to remember when I didn't have so many A's. I have 350. I've got most of class specific ones and a lot of the ones that you would really want to aim for as you're leveling up. I've got them. So I can't really say what it's going to be like when first starting out. And I'm excited to kind of get to start over and try again. Because I think that's going to be fun for me. I know I've talked before about how I'm not going to do Bard as one of my primary classes, and I'm not. I am probably going to do, I'm probably picking Warrior, if I'm being honest, just for the survivability. I'm going to do Warrior and probably have Bard as a third class. I'm probably going to start with the Bard Warrior Cleric just because that is very powerful for being able to fight the in-game bosses. The biggest issue with that is Bard takes 70-something AAs to get to a point where it's really strong. And you're going to want all the crit abilities you can possibly get. So you're talking at least 100 AAs to get to the point where you can even kind of do what the Bard Warrior Cleric that I can run is. It's not the worst thing in the world, but starting out, it is going to be kind of a tall ask. Another thing I'm kind of interested in is if you're thinking of running a all caster build, you're not going to be able to play it like you would a caster and EQ. There isn't a whole lot of route routing. I mean, going through like dungeons and quick killing, caster build is actually really powerful. You're going to destroy everything. And I think the conversation around Denons here is like just trash mobs die so quickly. And but The difference being in this, bards have a mana pool that kind of works like everybody else's mana pools. In regular EQ, bard's mana comes back incredibly slow. I mean, incredibly slow. And none of their regen, even their own, affects it. Wow, he hurt. We're going to pop into evasive. Let's make him regret his... I almost one-shot that fire giant warrior. I've done a little testing with this build before. I tried to do with a similar build. I was using Ranger against Vox, and it worked. I was able to kill her, but I was also doing... I was having to go to, like, sitting back and healing myself repeatedly toward the end of it. Get down to like 20% mana and then having to recover. And while this is a million times faster than trying to do this kind of thing on live, this is still a lot. You're still going to be resting after every fight if you try this. The fact that I can crit for 5,000 is powerful. But at 800 mana each time, it does kind of suck. And if you're wanting to make sure that lands, considering you're spending so much mana on it, you're going to be staying in overchannel. So you don't have the increased recovery, though it ain't like you can't just pop recovery on. I don't know why I'm using that. I guarantee you there's something better I could be using. Let's see. If I pop Jackson's Jigga-Vigor. Okay, cool. It doesn't kick off Cantado Soothing. Him or Restoration did, or I'd be running both of those. There's going to be a single little dork over here. Hey, bud. How you doing? Against Naggy, I'm probably going to turn Pet Taunt on in the hopes that the pet can hold aggro off of me. And I chewed through him pretty quickly. So right now, the only real heal I have is the proc from Boon of the Guru. And that's not going to be reliable. The pet can also heal me, but I honestly expect this pet to die very, very quickly. Get my mana back. Should be 2 more sets of dorks to have to burn through. I'm running Rizlonas. Yep. So I got Rizlonas. I want to say Arcane Mastery. Plus 10% for per mana cost is reduced. I want to play with this for a minute. Let me get my mana back. I want to play an Arcane Mastery. They added a couple new ones, and I'm kind of curious about them. Here's Chandler's Stance that reduces damage. I might be going into that. Empower. Additional non-hybrid casting cast to damage effects at the cost of 40% more mana. Okay, I have Chandler. Let's see. I don't need Melody on here twice. I am honestly curious about this Empower. This is going to burn so much of my mana. It's going to be insane. But let's see how 40% more damage. If I get a crit for 5K damage crits I've been getting, what is that going to mean? Let's pull them with a dot. Do it with the freeway. Come on. Both y'all get here. Y'all both here? There you are. Let's see what happens. Did about 30% damage. Still took 4 casts. And I got a crit for 1,051, which is probably all the health it had left, so. I mean, it might work. I'm not overly hopeful about it, but it might work. That wasn't terrible. I don't need charm. Let's calm him. So, like I said, I think most of the builds you're going to find in this that actually work pretty well are going to be a combination of a tank class, a healer class, and then some kind of class that can do DPS. I probably should have waited on mana. Oh well. I didn't. I don't think he's happy with me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate him summoning me. He actually brought me to the fight. He rooted me and then brought me right next to him. That wasn't very smart, my friend. Not a single crit. I don't think I could actually get more crits than where I'm at currently. I really don't. I could skip past those 2 giants. Alright. I need to rebuff a bit. And then we'll do this fight. So I'm going to pause for a brief second and we'll do the rest of this video. The rest of the video is just going to be pretty much make an attempt at Nagafen. And we'll see how that goes. We will see. Haste for me. Haste for Loner. Alright. 1 second. Alright, let's pick it up. Okay, so we're going to hit me with some Boon of the Guru. And pet's ready, I'm ready. Hit myself with some speed. I want to try Mana Burn, because I haven't tried it since the last time. So, make sure I have no spell going. Target him. Alright, Nagi. And he resisted. Straight resisted. Okay. At least I got a message this time. Let's blast him a few times, see how we do. He's taking some damage. Alright, let's step away from him a bit. Alright, pet, can you get aggro? Turn taunt on. Doo-doo-doo. He's only at 80% health. I ain't done crap to him. There's a big hit. And there goes my stamina. See if I can get my stamina back. Doo-doo-doo-doo. You wanna follow me, Nagi? Follow me a bit? Oh, he summoned me. Come on, follow me a bit. I would like a chance to recover. Ah, hell, I forgot about the stupid giants. Well, thank you, Nagi. You got me away from your friends. You wanna come over here and do something? He does. Pet, are you healing? I'm about to die. Did he summon me in the lava? You punk. I'm gonna die. Yeah, this one ain't gonna work. Yep, there we go. Okay, that didn't work very well. Bear with me a minute as I get rebuffed. We're not gonna leave these here this time. I think we'll go ahead and kill him. Well, one of them just got messed up. If I could guarantee the crits, this would definitely be a useful thing. I think, honestly, it'd be a powerful thing if you're running a raid and you have multiple bards all doing it. I think that's where the power in this is going to come from. One person doing it, it really isn't all that powerful. Alright, let's get my mana back. Let's switch to evasive. Don't have access to that. I wonder, because that reduces 15% of mana cost. Successfully channel, increased by half. Increased half of the mitigated damage you charge both to mana and endurance. 40% plus 20% per additional non-hybrid casting class damage effects at the cost of 40% more mana. So in my case, it would add 80% at 40% more mana. How much does this cost? And does it count? Ice Comet goes up, Denon's doesn't. Interesting. Interesting. So that doesn't do anything for me. We can do overchannel to make sure he doesn't resist. Though we're on D0, I don't think that really matters. Okay, mana's almost full. Pet's got taunt on. Okay, last thing, gonna hit myself with the boon of the Guru. Let's go in here. Alright, Nagi. Let's do this again. Okay, didn't take it. There's a crit. Give me a couple of those. Alright. Switch that. Back up, try to regenerate some of my endurance. Hit myself with mana, with Run Song. Pet taunted him. He's off of me. Okay, if my pet can hold him for a little bit, give me a chance to regenerate some mana. This might work. Can't believe the pet actually got him off of me this time. I need to regenerate mana, and I need to regenerate my endurance. Come on, pet, hold it out. You're doing good. You're doing great, pet. He actually is. He's doing better than I thought he was going to. Let me get to about 1600. We'll start blasting. I don't think I can wait. Or my pet's gonna die. Pet died anyway. He's at 20%. Pet is down. Men recover. If I can get enough mana to blast him at least one more time, we might be able to pull this off. Might. Come on, big hit, big hit. Wasn't as big a hit as I wanted, but he's running. It worked. Not pretty. Without the pet, I wouldn't have been able to do it. If the pet didn't taunt when he did and give me a chance to regenerate a little bit of mana, this wouldn't have worked. I'm very proud of that little paladin pet. That pet has done nothing but impress the crap out of me. Very nice. Come on, Naggy. Just fall over. He's at 0%. Just die. Thank you. For the longest time, I wanted a Cloak of Flames and could not get it. We're just going to loot these, actually. I got one sitting in the bank and I've already used one. I wanted a bag. That doesn't hurt my feelings. But there goes my piece. I got to say what I wanted to say. I think most things are extremely viable for leveling up. When you get to the end game, if you're going to solo, I think you can obviously do it without a tank or a heal class. I just killed this guy. But this is on D0. And I had no mana, no endurance, and I was down to 40% health. Let's be honest, if I went to a higher difficulty, I was dead. This combination wasn't going to do that. I think some things are possible, and I think the reality is just play what's fun. And one of the fun parts about this is you as your character, you can change whatever class combination you are. You can change to something more viable. You can set yourself up to be able to do pretty much anything. So don't feel like you're stuck in playing one combination. You can play around with it. Like, I normally don't like Paladin, but when I played through Paladin and every time I've used it, it has been so fun in this version of the game. Impressed the crap out of me. Shadow Knight, on the other hand, was incredibly underwhelming. Incredibly underwhelming. Harm Touch just does not feel powerful. I think at level 50, my Harm Touch was doing 800 damage. So an ability I can use every half hour hits as hard as Ice Comet. That I can spam constantly. Or put on Spellblade as a Shadow Knight and it just will go off automatically. But Shadow Knights had a lot of power in other things. There were Necro Dots, like the life taps helped. It was powerful. I think most combinations will surprise you, and you can do, to a varying degree, just about anything solo with just about any combination. Now, if you want to do some of the harder stuff, you need to find people to group with, and groups in this are just 4 people. Even running with one person, I've been able to clear about half of the planet sky, and I haven't really tried to go any further than that. Just me and the one buddy I was able to give a key to. That's it. So keep your mind open to different things you can do. And we're about to have the open beta for anybody who pre-ordered. I hope anybody who did, I'll be happy to see you there. I will be on in there. And I am really, really excited for the game to actually go live. I can't wait to see everybody out and playing it. It is a lot of fun, and if this is the style of game you really like, I think I highly recommend it. One of the things I'm personally afraid of, even though from what I've seen, they keep adding a lot of content. I've played it for about 2 months. There's only 4 classes I haven't gotten to level 50. I think I'm worried. What I'm worried about is what I've seen a lot of times in MMOs. You run out of things to do at the high end. That's what I'm afraid of. But then again, at this point, I just started going after the planar raids and killing gods. So there's a lot I still could do. That's my fear about it. But a $20 game, 100% worth it. Absolutely. I've put what is my playtime on it? My playtime, I currently have 11 full days worth of playtime in about a month and a half since I got my code. Highly worth 20 bucks. Absolutely worth it. So if this is your kind of game, I hope to see you there. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.